Imagine a structure so iconic, its silhouette is recognized the world over. A tower that has witnessed revolutions, world wars, and the birth of modern art. Today, we're journeying to the heart of Paris to uncover the story of the Eiffel Tower, a marvel of engineering that was never meant to last. Our story begins in the late 19th century. Paris is preparing to host the 1889 Exposition Universelle, a World's Fair celebrating the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. The city issues a challenge: design a spectacular monument to serve as the grand entrance to the fair. A centerpiece that would scream French ingenuity and industrial might. Over 100 proposals were submitted. Some were bizarre, like a giant guillotine. Others were more conventional. But one design stood out. Submitted by the engineering firm of Gustave Eiffel. It was a radical open-lattice iron tower, soaring 300 meters into the sky. At the time, it was a concept so audacious, so unlike anything ever built, that it was met with both fascination and fierce opposition. Many of Paris's most prominent artists and intellectuals were horrified. They signed a petition, calling it a useless and monstrous structure, gigantic black smokestack that would cast a barbaric shadow over the city's elegant architecture. Like Notre Dame and the Arc de Triomphe, they saw it as a temporary scar on the face of their beloved Paris, and they weren't entirely wrong about the temporary part. The original permit for the tower was only for 20 years. It was scheduled to be dismantled in 1909. Despite the protests, construction began in January 1887. The project was an unprecedented feat of prefabrication and precision. Over 18,000 individual iron parts were designed and manufactured at Eiffel's factory on the outskirts of Paris, each calculated to within a tenth of a millimeter. These pieces were then transported to the construction site, where a team of just 300 workers began the monumental task of assembly. Think of it as the world's largest, most complex mechano set. Every single one of the 2.5 million rivets was put in place by hand. Teams of 4 men worked on each rivet. One heated it, another held it in place, a third shaped the head, and a fourth hammered it tight with a sledgehammer. It was dangerous, high-altitude work, yet remarkably. Due to Eiffel's stringent safety precautions, only one person lost their life during the entire construction process. In just 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days, the tower was complete, a world record for its time. On March 31, 1889, Gustave Eiffel himself climbed the 1,710 steps to the top and unfurled a massive French flag. The Eiffel Tower was officially the tallest man-made structure in the world, a title it would hold for 41 years until the Chrysler Building was completed in New York during the World's Fair. It was an overwhelming success. Nearly 2 million people ascended the tower, gazing in awe at the panoramic views of Paris. But what would happen when the fair was over and the 20-year permit ran out? The tower's critics were eagerly waiting for its demolition. Gustave Eiffel, however, was a savvy engineer and businessman. He knew that to save his creation, he had to make it indispensable. He began to market the tower not just as a tourist attraction, but as a vital tool for science. He installed a meteorology lab on the 3rd floor, encouraging scientists to conduct experiments on everything from wind speed to air pressure. But its true saving grace came with the dawn of a new technology, the radio. The tower's immense height made it the perfect antenna. In the early 1900s, it became a crucial hub for transatlantic radio communication. During World War I, the French military used the tower's radio station to intercept enemy messages, jamming their communications and playing a pivotal role in the Allied victory at the First Battle of the Marne. Suddenly, the useless and monstrous tower was a national hero. The idea of tearing it down became unthinkable. It had proven its worth, evolving from a temporary fairground attraction to a permanent and essential part of the Parisian landscape. Over the decades, the Eiffel Tower continued to weave itself into the fabric of history and culture. It has been a backdrop for countless films, a muse for artists like Robert Delaunay and Marc Chagall, and a stage for daredevils and adventurers. It was famously sold twice by a con artist named Victor Lustig in 1925. During World War II, when German forces occupied Paris, French resistance fighters cut the tower's elevator cables so that if Hitler wanted to reach the top, he would have to climb the stairs. He never did. Upon the liberation of Paris, a French flag was once again raised. Today, the Eiffel Tower is more than just a tourist destination, attracting nearly 7 million visitors a year. It's a symbol of romance, a beacon of progress, and a testament to human ambition. It's painted every 7 years by hand, a process that requires 60 tons of paint to protect it from the elements. And at night, it puts on a spectacular show, sparkling with 20,000 light bulbs for 5 minutes every hour, a magical sight that never gets old. From a controversial temporary structure to the enduring emblem of France, the Eiffel Tower's story is one of innovation, perseverance, and transformation. It reminds us that sometimes, the things that are initially rejected or misunderstood can become our most beloved and iconic landmarks. It stands tall, not just as a feat of iron and engineering, but as a monument to the power of a bold vision. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the top of Paris. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating places. Until next time, keep exploring.